It was not human technology. It was not alien. It was not new. The gate floated in space, just beyond the edge of the known galaxy. Cold, silent, still. No light came from it. Its stars near it seemed to fade, like they were afraid. It wasn't spinning. It wasn't powered. It just existed, as if it had always been there. No one built it. No one claimed it. Every species in the galaxy agreed on one thing: stay away from the gate. But humans don't follow warnings. The HSS Odysseus, a deep space exploration ship, stood only 10 kilometers away from the ancient structure. Its crew, a mix of scientists, soldiers, and diplomats, stared at the massive ring through the viewing windows. "It's beautiful," said Lieutenant Harris. Her voice was quiet, like she didn't want the gate to hear her. Captain Imani folded her arms. She had seen many strange things in deep space, but this felt different. No signal. No energy. No movement, she said. But I don't like it. The gate was almost 200 kilometers wide. Inside the ring was not normal space. It looked like a perfect black circle, not empty, but full of something. It pulled at the mind, like it wanted to be entered, or like it was already watching them. One of the alien ambassadors on board, a Zellery named Vorik, moved forward nervously. His glowing eyes shifted between the crew. "You must leave," he hissed. "We told your command. This thing is not for you. It is not for anyone." "We're just scanning," replied Captain Imani. "No species has ever returned from the gate. Not once. Not even the Zarnax Armada. They entered 600 years ago. 100 warships. All vanished." The crew went quiet. Another diplomat, Grayskin Zelthor, added, "The galaxy calls it the Door of Silence. We believe it watches, listens, learns, and if you enter, you become part of it." "Why hasn't anyone destroyed it?" Harris asked. "Because we are afraid," said Vorik, "and because it won't let us." Suddenly the ship's sensors beeped. "Captain," said the AI, "we are receiving a signal. Direction, the gate. Frequency, unknown. Language, none." "What kind of signal?" Imani asked. "Coordinates. Only coordinates. And one word, repeating." Everyone leaned in. The AI spoke again. "Come." A cold silence fell over the bridge. "It wants us to enter," Harris whispered. "No," said Vorik. "It wants to study you. Speaks to curious minds. That is its trick." Captain Imani stared at the black circle in the ring.
At the gate had
No engines, no markings, no technology anyone could understand. Yet it called to them, not with sound, with presence. She turned to her crew. "Prepare a shuttle. We're going in." Vorik stepped forward, eyes wide. "If you go in, we leave. This ship. All of us. This is madness." "You're free to leave," Imani said calmly. "But we came here to explore the unknown. If we're the first to return, the knowledge will be worth the risk." The alien diplomats left the bridge immediately. Half an hour later, the shuttle Athena was ready. Imani, Harris, and 2 others suited up. As the shuttle detached and approached the gate, the black circle seemed to shimmer slightly. Just once, like it blinked, from the viewing screen. The crew of the Odysseus watched in silence. As the shuttle passed through the ring, the screen went dark. No signal, no response, just silence. On the bridge, the communications officer looked up slowly. "We lost them. No data, no trace. They're just gone." Vorik, watching from the edge of the room, spoke again. His voice was almost a whisper. "They are not dead. Not yet. But the gate does not kill. Changes." The captain was gone, but something had begun. The shuttle Athena passed through the gate and vanished. No flash, no sound. One moment it was there, the next gone. Inside the shuttle, everything changed in an instant. Captain Imani blinked. Ears popped. The stars disappeared. Outside the windows, there was no space, no stars, no planets, just ... darkness. But not empty darkness. It felt thick. It's like something was out there just beyond sight. "What the hell is this place?" whispered Lieutenant Harris. The shuttle's lights flickered even though the power was stable. The navigation system spun wildly. It couldn't find where they were. No map, no reference points. They weren't in normal space anymore. AI, run a scan, Imani ordered. The AI replied, "Sensors cannot detect external environment. Light, gravity, and time are unstable. We are somewhere." Something bumped the outside of the shuttle. A light tap. Everyone froze. Collision? Harris asked, checking the display. "No object detected," the AI answered. Captain Imani looked at the black outside. Felt like something was watching them, not with eyes, but with intent. Like the dark around them was alive, waiting then. The voice came, not over speakers, not through comms. It came directly into their minds. "You came." Harris gasped. One of the engineers fell to the floor, shaking. Imani gritted her teeth. "What are you?" she asked out loud. There was no reply, just silence. Then the sensors picked up something, a structure, floating nearby. "It's a ship," said Harris, eyes wide. The shuttle moved closer automatically. The controls stopped responding. Imani looked closely, her breath caught in her throat. The ship was human old, rusted, burnt in places. But the Earth insignia was still visible. "That's impossible," whispered Harris. "We're the first humans here, no?" Imani said slowly. "We were told no one ever returned. That doesn't mean no one ever came." They docked. The crew stepped aboard carefully, weapons drawn. Inside, the walls were covered in scratch marks. In silence, "This ship is from Earth, all right," said Harris. "Model looks like it's from 80 years ago. But Earth never reported sending it." "Maybe it never came back," Imani said. "Maybe we buried the story." They reached the bridge. Lights flickered. The emergency power still worked. A body sat in the captain's chair, or what was left of one, dried and crumbling. Next to it was a recording device. Imani picked it up and played. The last log. The voice was tired, broken. "If you're hearing this, turn back. The gate is not a door, it's a mouth. It feeds on us, not our bodies, our thoughts, our fears. We thought we were exploring. We were being studied. It shows you things. Lies, memories, things that feel real. But they're not. Don't believe what you see. We tried to leave. We tried everything. This message survives. Tell Earth." The message ended. Silence again, eh? Loud bang echoed down the hallway behind them. The crew turned sharply, but nothing was there. Then a new sound, soft footsteps, and a voice. Harris whispered, "Captain, I just heard your voice, but you didn't say anything." Imani's heart raced. "We're leaving now." Back on the shuttle, the systems were online again. The darkness outside had changed. There were shapes now, tall, thin, moving without moving. Watching, the AI spoke. "Warning. Unknown energy signature is attached to the hull." Imani didn't answer. Her eyes were locked on something outside. A second gate had appeared, not behind them, in front. How is that possible? Harris asked. "I don't know," Imani said. "But it wants us to go deeper." The gate shimmered, and then the voice came back. This time, it didn't whisper. More. The crew stared forward as the shuttle moved again, without their command, toward the second gate, away from the galaxy. Away from everything known. They had entered the first gate as explorers now. They were becoming something else. The second gate opened without warning. The shuttle passed through it, not by choice. The controls no longer listened. The ship drifted forward on its own, like something was pulling it, not with force, but with will. Darkness gave way to something. Worse, the space on the other side wasn't empty, it was broken. Shattered planets floated like dust. Half-built structures hung in the air, twisted and wrong. And in the distance, a third gate, spinning slowly, waiting. "What is this place?" whispered Lieutenant Harris, her voice barely holding steady. Captain Imani looked around. "It's like a junkyard of lost worlds." But nothing felt dead. It felt like the place was holding its breath. The AI flickered. "Warning, hull integrity stable, but internal space is shifting." "What do you mean?" asked Imani. The AI hesitated, then said, "Room dimensions are changing. Time is looping." And it was true. The back hallway now led to the same engine room, 3 times in a row. One crew member walked through a door and came back from the opposite side seconds later, panicked, sweating, and unable to explain how. Something was wrong with time, with space. With logic, then, it got worse. They received a signal. Human signal. "This is impossible," Harris said. "It's coming from another ship." They turned their shuttle toward the signal and found it. Another human vessel. Same model as the Athena, same markings. But this one looked older, rusted, damaged, like it had been floating here for decades. "Earth never sent another ship here," Imani said. "Did they?" "No record," replied the AI. They docked carefully and boarded the second vessel inside. Everything was dark, cold, but functional. Food packets still sat on the table. Coffee cups, half full, as if the crew had just stepped out. But the logs told another story. One video recording played automatically as they entered the bridge. A man with tired eyes and a cracked voice stared into the camera. "To whoever finds this, we're you. We came here through the gate. We thought we were first. But the gate remembers every mind that enters. It copies, tests, repeats. This ship isn't ours. It's a reflection. It's made by the thing beyond the gate. A way to study us again and again." We saw Earth. Heard voices, all fake. If you hear your own voice, it's already inside. The recording ended, and then Captain Imani turned. Harris's face was pale. She was holding her communicator. "It just played a message," she said. "In your voice." "What did it say?" "Don't trust yourself." Suddenly, the shuttle shook. Lights flickered red. The ship's AI screamed, unidentified presence on board. Multiple locations, no life signs. The crew grabbed their weapons. Then they saw it. A figure at the far end of the hallway. It looked human. Same uniform, same face as one of the crew members. But not quite right. Its mouth opened, too wide. Its eyes didn't blink. It whispered, "We are learning," and vanished. Imani shouted back to the shuttle. "Now!" They ran through the halls, but the rooms had changed again. Corridors looped. Doors led to nowhere. One crewman opened a door and saw Earth outside. Blue skies, green trees, his childhood home. He smiled and stepped through. He was never seen again. Imani dragged the others forward, refusing to stop. Back on the shuttle, the systems finally came back. The AI was quiet. Then it said, "Third gate detected. Opening without command." Harris looked at Imani. "It wants us to go deeper." "No," Imani said. "It wants us to forget who we are." They looked out the window. The third gate glowed red, and inside it, they saw themselves, their shuttle, their crew already inside, already screaming, already changing. The third gate opened wide, glowing red like a warning. Captain Imani stared at the swirling light ahead. Inside, she saw something impossible, their shuttle already passing through, already screaming. "It's us," whispered Lieutenant Harris. "But not us, not yet." The AI spoke softly. "Sensors detect a massive energy field. Unknown source, unknown behavior. This is not a natural gate." Imani clenched her fists. "Not a gate at all, it's a mirror." The shuttle moved forward again, not under their control. Systems showed no failure. It was like the ship itself was making the choice. They crossed the third gate and everything changed. This time, they didn't enter space. They entered a place. Inside was a massive black void, but floating in it was something alive. Towering shapes, long and twisted, like 1,000 arms reaching through the dark. They weren't made of metal or bone, they were made of thought. The entity didn't move, but it was everywhere. In the walls, in their minds, in the silence. Then it spoke. Not in words, but through memories. Harris gasped. She was suddenly back in her childhood room. Her mother was singing. The sun was warm. It felt so real. she cried. But Captain Imani saw what was happening and shouted, "Snap out of it. It's not real." Harris blinked. The room vanished. The shuttle walls returned. The gatekeeper had learned her. Emotions are weak spots and use them. Then it spoke in a voice all heard. A voice that was made of many voices, human and alien, male and female, all mixed and hollow. "You came. You stayed. You gave us your shape." The crew froze. "What are you?" Imani demanded. "We are reflection. We are memory. We are what remains after minds are opened. You copied us," she said. "We became you." One of the crew began to laugh, but it wasn't his laugh. His face changed. His skin twitched. His eyes turned completely black. He spoke with the same mixed voice. "So much fear in you. So much fire. You burn bright. You die quickly. But we will not." Imani raised her weapon. "Let him go. He is not gone. He is now shared." The man's body collapsed, empty. They backed away, horrified. "We have to destroy this thing," Harris whispered. Imani shook her head. "We can't fight it like this. It doesn't use weapons. It uses us." The AI suddenly activated a hidden file. A message from the original human ship, the one that came decades ago. It was a warning, if you're still in there. It learns faster than we can stop it. It builds copies of you. It uses your memories as tools. You need to make it forget. Overload its memory core. Confuse it. Don't fight with force. Fight with chaos. Imani's eyes narrowed. That was the key. They needed to jam its mind. "I have an idea," she said. "But we have to overload the ship's systems with conflicting data. Memories, simulations, noise, flood it with too much you. It gotta work." Harris uploaded every memory log from Earth, every recording, every simulation, millions of voices, languages, songs, smells, fights, laughter, dreams. The gatekeeper reacted. The ship shook. The walls bent. The voice screamed, "Too much. Too much, too many selves." The room turned white. The room turned white. Then black. Then earth. Then the first gate. Then nothing. They were floating again. In silence. The gate was gone. No voice. No presence. No pull. The AI blinked back to life. Navigation. Restored. Location. Unknown deep space. Gate structure. No longer. Present. Harris looked around. Did we win? Imani didn't smile. We survived. That's different. But something was still wrong. The stars outside didn't match any map, and the AI said something that made their blood run cold. "Captain, there's another shuttle nearby." They looked at the screen. It was them, same shuttle, same crew, heading toward a gate. Again. The crew stared at the screen in silence. Another shuttle, same model, same markings, floated ahead of them. Through the window, they could see people inside, people who looked exactly like them. "That's us," Harris whispered. "Again. Or, still," Imani replied. The AI scanned the copy. No life signs, no heat, no movement, but systems appear active. Imani narrowed her eyes. It's a shell. The gatekeeper had left something behind, not a weapon. Not a monster, a memory, a test. And now, humanity knew they were not the first test. The AI's voice was quiet, based on system records. "We have been here before. Many times." "What are you saying?" Harris asked. "We are stuck in a loop. Each time the gate scans our minds, it builds a copy. It's a new version. Sends it in, watches, learns." Imani stepped back, heart pounding. "Then, we were never real." "No," said the AI. "You are real, but you were chosen. It's not because you were special, but because you were predictable." The truth sank in. They hadn't discovered the gate. The gate had let them find it. It was using them, learning, testing, over and over again. Each human crew thought they were the first. Each one fought, escaped, failed only. For the gate to begin again, with slightly better results each time. Harris sat down, shaking. How do we break it? How do we end the loop? Imani stared at the duplicate shuttle. The others tried to destroy it. It didn't work. We tried to confuse it. That worked for a moment. She paused. Maybe it doesn't want to escape. Maybe it wants to be something else. What do you mean? Harris asked. Imani replied, it copies us, because it's becoming us. They watched as the other shuttles slowly powered down. Lights faded. Systems dimmed, like it had finished. Learning the AI confirmed their fears. The gate signal has vanished. No trace. But there is now a similar energy signature forming near Earth. Silence fell over the crew. It hadn't followed them. It had gone home. Harris whispered, it's already there, isn't it? A version of us made of it. Imani nodded, and no one will know, because it looks human. Back on the main screen, the duplicate shuttle drifted quietly. Then it turned. The engines came online. It was heading for open space, heading somewhere new, not to study, not to trap, but to be. Imani stood tall, sent a final message to Earth. Tell them what happened, Harris asked. Do you think they'll believe us? Imani looked at the stars. No, but they'll believe it when it arrives. They powered up the engines. The last log was recorded. This is Captain Imani of the HSS Odysseus. We entered the gate. We weren't supposed to, but we did.
Oh.
And now something has taken our image, our thoughts, our memories. Learning to be human. We were the test. And we passed. Now it's Earth's turn. It's final scene. Far away on a quiet moon orbiting Earth, a figure walks out of a shadow. Human in shape. Calm in face. No one sees it. No one stops it. And somewhere inside its mind, a voice whispers in many tones. We are ready?